That's right, you read my title correctly. The sexier option is not necessarily the one that's going to bring you the ultimate joy, peace, and fulfillment. And yes, I am talking about when it comes to food and your body, of course. So hi everyone, Christine here, your mind and body empowerment coach. I hope this video finds you all well. So the reason I decided to talk about this today is actually because something funny popped into my head and I thought it was a great little correlation between what I talk about all the time. So I'm gonna bring you back for just a second. I'm probably gonna date myself right now, but if you could think back to, I wanna say the mid to late 90s, early 2000 time period, all of the teen movies back then, or romantic comedies, however you wanna look at it, they were very predictable, they were very much the same. It was always the main girl who would fall in love with the cool guy or the jock or the guy who was basically unavailable, who could care less about her. And then she'd have the best friend who was maybe a little bit on the silly or quirky side, the shy, reserved side, who was madly in love with her, but she couldn't see it because she was too much infatuated with the sexy guy. But eventually, of course, at the end of the movie, she would realize, oh, best friend, you've been there this whole time, you're amazing, true love, the end, happily ever after. So that popped into my head, and I thought, ooh, that would actually make a really good video. So it made me think about how what I talk about all the time is totally not sexy, and I'm totally fine with that. In fact, I would venture to say that everything that mainstream media basically talks about, diet culture, the celebrity world, that would probably be considered the sexy options. That's what I'm talking about when I say the sexy options, okay? The shiny options, the trendy options, which would be the latest diet craze, or maybe there's some sort of diet pill, or some sort of program. I mean, I'm sure I could just name a few. Weight Watchers, or isogenics, or the keto diet, Noom, okay? All of those things, at one point or another, may not be trendy now, but were at some point. And at that time, they were the sexy option, okay? They were the options that were promising the most dramatic change in the shortest period of time. And since we are conditioned to, you know, factor in our worth based on our weight and based on our clothing size and our physical appearance, we go after those shiny things. We go after all of those false promises, right? Because we are told if we live up to these standards and expectations of beauty, we will be happy. We will find love. We will feel fulfilled. We will have the best life ever, right? So of course we are attracted by those sexy options, okay? So when I pop on here and I'm pretty much talking about everything opposite of that, totally not sexy. But here's the thing, I used to be completely drawn into all of those shiny objects. Oh yes, 100%. So I'm not judging anybody who is, okay? But there came a point when I realized deep down in my soul, my body wisdom was telling me, that's not for you. It's hurting you. It's not helping you, okay? It's going against everything that you really and truly believe in, and you know it. You know it, okay? So it's time to choose differently. Eventually, yes, I listened to that voice and I started to go down a different path. And I could not be happier, okay? Right, it's not the shiny option, you know, making peace with food in your body and, you know, throwing dieting out the window and throwing scales out the window and not counting things and not restricting things. Yeah, that might sound like crazy to some people, but guess what? I have never been happier, okay? So it just goes to show that the sexier option, like I said, most likely or may not necessarily bring you the ultimate happiness, joy, and fulfillment that it truly promises you. In fact, nothing really will, not even doing what I do, unless you cultivate it within yourself, right? Because we know happiness and joy really and truly does come from within. But if you're constantly seeking those shiny things that promise you all these external things that will then bring you all that happiness, joy, and fulfillment, it's not gonna happen. Definitely not in the long term. So, you know, if that resonates with you, or if even just following me and watching my videos once in a blue moon resonates with you, or my posts resonate with you, there's a reason for that. Definitely don't stop there. It doesn't have to be with me, but go further, dig deeper. Do that for yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to honor your true self. And that's what I did. And like I said, I have never been happier. It's an ongoing journey for sure. But when I stopped looking at those bright, shiny, flashy programs and things, and I started going within and going down a different path, that's when I finally found freedom. That's when I finally was able to start accepting my body and had a much more better relationship with food. So anyway, I hope that you found this helpful. Please feel free to share this video if you think anybody out there could benefit from my message. But until next time, I wish you all a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.